So after finishing this one shot, I definitely wanted to at least talk about this at least once, because this was definitely something that caught my eyes. Like a friend recommended it to me, and I was like, you know what, I'll check it out like once I get time. And finally sitting down and going to see Meteor Syndrome, which is done by the same guy that did the small series that came out in Shonen Jump known as Magico. Now, I actually don't know anything like at all about Magico, apart from like what a friend said, like, oh, it's about weddings or something. Like, there's a kind of a weird synopsis for a series, but I remember like hearing the name a couple of times beforehand as well, and saying like it's actually a good manga, and it's like I should check it out. Like, although the shitty thing about the manga is that it got kind of cut off very short in Jump. I think it had like only like 8-9 volumes in Jump, and then it just went disappeared, and I don't think that the guy's done anything like of recent until this one shot. So it takes place with our main character Suzume, who is a star hunter, and stars in this world and all that. Basically what happens when you die, you become a star, and people like to wish and all that, and, you know, make their dreams come true. And however, these fallen stars can also as well be, you know, they use for fuel, jewelry, made for weapons, and like you can sell them off to money, you can do anything with these things. And Suzume just happens to be one of those star hunters as well that goes down and starts looking for these things. You can definitely tell already from the start, like when you look at like the first couple of pages, like wow, they really already going with an edgy vibe with it and all that, seeing like, you know, panty shots and seeing like with like the bust of their build and all that. And I gotta say though, you can definitely see even with this and like also as well with the other main character Yodaka, like just beautiful art. Like actually it has a really nice blend of like, I'd like to say regular shonen art, but then it also as well like there are parts of it that kind of look like it belongs like a shoujo magazine like that, when you see something like really nicely designed characters. Like it's like I really like that, like the nice blend of it. I don't know, it feels like it has a unique art style of its own, and it was definitely something that like caught my attention immediately with this one shot. Goes to grab and bag it and is saying like, you know what, like I'm gonna, you know, to go home, and then turns out a even bigger star falls down, which is our main character Yodaka, who actually used to be like her old friend when they knew each other 8 years old, and apparently died by being kicked in the head in the horse. Honestly, that's not a way to go out. But then sort of being reborn as a star, and actually is to grant someone's wish. And being in the little situation where it's like, I completely forgot to actually know what my wish is. Like, I came crashing down like that, Suzume, so I don't know what to do this. And for some reason decided to like crash into the earth as well, naked. Obviously this big crash ends up with a bunch of people wanting to go. Other star hunters saying, oh, this is a big prize, we can go and get this. It's like these pieces of shit known as the Dust Hounds, and it's like, no, we gotta get out there. And yeah, this ends up them getting very aggressive because they want this shit, and even resort even to trying to kill her. But Yodaka like pulling out and all that, like ending up to turn out like his arm into an actual like giant hand cannon to take care of these guys. And it was nice, like honestly, like after that, like you get to see like parts of them like spending time with each other, you know, learning things about that, like, and it was like, yeah, like obviously like you probably had a lot more time if this was like an actual like manga series, if this actually got licensed. But honestly, from what I was getting immediately from this was Rave Master vibes, which is a good thing in my book. Still up to, you know, one of my favorite series. And then it started getting a little bit personal when like they're talking about, you know, like everyone like has this meteor syndrome where it's like, you know, a lot of people like every day will just start, you know, making wishes and all that, saying like, you know, like I want to like do this, I want to have that, please grant me my wish. And even like Suzume, like she had like her own wishes, like same time, like she wished that, you know, like her parents could come back, and you know her mom and dad never came back, and I kind of felt a little bit bad about that. And it's like, you know, and then like her coming getting up and saying like, you know what, I'm gonna make my own wishes and all that. Like I decided I'm not gonna let some stars and all that do it for me, you know, like I make my own path. I'm gonna do this all by myself. But then ended up dealing with these pieces of shit Dust Hounds, and it's like this badass like asshole leader who thinks he's like so badass, and he's just, you know what, once I kill you, once I get hands on that big star and all that, then yes, I'll quit being a fucking like star hunter. I'll get all this shit done with. And Yodaka, realizing as soon as he saw a guy, this is exactly what his wish was. Is that it was from this guy to kill Suzume herself. That he was the wish from this guy, and yeah, it just happened to be the situation where it was an old childhood friend that ended up getting mixed in to make this wish. And the guy ended up like crying. He's like, oh my god, someone did this to me. How, like, I'm so lucky, I'm so nice. And it's like, I'm gonna cut you up afterwards. It's so beautiful. And Suzume kind of be like, you know what, I don't care anymore and all that. Saying like, I was happy that I was able to see you again. You know what, like that's fine. Like, you know, I was able to do that and like think of the like, happy memories. And Yotaka's design, I've got to say, like obviously when he's got fucking clothes on and like with the hairstyle, he really looks like a lot more of the stylish version of the main character of Nura, the Rise of the Yokai Clan. It just hit me for that, like instantly, of like that's pretty much what that character was going for, and pretty much Yotaka like able to say, you know what, fuck this and all that. I don't need this shit and all that because I can just make another. I can grant this person's wish, and just snaps off his own arm. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's a bit extreme. But he doesn't feel anything and just says, you know what, I'm gonna blow up the tank. I'm just gonna use this other arm and just blow the shit out of it. But unfortunately, since, you know, like he was like ignored the wish that he was originally supposed to like grant, and since like, you know, his role is pretty much finished and all that, it's like, yeah, my time is up on this world. I've got to go. And Suzume didn't really want that, and there was a nice little romantic moment at the end, a little kiss and all that, saying, you know, I was glad to be able to see you again, and say, oh, you're just such an idiot, girl, like, fuck you, and ended up transforming back into a star. That's pretty much the entire one shot. Honestly, I kind of liked it. It was a nice little condensed thing. I really enjoyed it. Had a few little romantic elements into it, which I do like, and, you know, definitely kind of remind me, it felt like more of the Haru Ellie, but if Haru was a bit more of a dick. It's got me like a bit curious to check out Magico if it was anything like that, because like I said, I heard such good things about it. The only weak thing I can say about it is like Suzume didn't exactly do anything in like this one shot. I mean, I know it's just like just one chapter. You can't say like, oh, I was expecting amazing character development from just like from the one shot, and that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a little simple, you know, draft up of what the story could be and what a situation. I would have liked if she did a little bit something more. That it wasn't just like, you know, up to the big, you know, Yotaka to take care of it. But honestly, if this became like a legit manga, like if it was actually in there, like I really hope it's the case. Although it didn't say when I was reading this like which magazine this was being published in. Whether or not this is going to be a new Shonen Jump series that they're doing for a one-shot, Shonen Magazine, whether or not it's going to be like Shonen Sunday, whether it's any of these. I really hope it's in a different magazine than Shonen Jump. I mean, Shonen Jump has let like some of this new series actually in now. Like I believe like that dancing one's in there. Obviously Black Clover's now into its 60 chapters. Pretty sure there's like some of the other ones that are now into like the 20s and 30s, so that's good signs and all that. It seems like, you know, like a lot of series I'm just going to get canned after like 13 chapters, and I really hope like if that isn't the case of Shonen Jump, if it's in that magazine, that's great. I feel a little bit more safe if it was in like say Shonen Magazine or like Shonen Sunday. I thought it was really nice. Like I'm glad like someone like you know, a friend like they hit me up and say like, you know, check this out, because I actually got a nice little surprise from this. I thought it was sweet in its way, and art, beautiful art. Like I really enjoyed it. Like even though it looks simplistic at some points and all that, it's like a nice blend of like kind of shoujo art as well, and like combining it as well with very nice shonen elements. And I mean, the story isn't nothing too special. It had like a cool little thing with stars in it, and it's like, you know, the guy was able to spawn like a giant fucking hand cannon. And, you know, I feel like, especially since the channel as well, like, you know, I enjoy stuff like Fairy Tail and stuff like that, and Raid Master. I feel like you enjoy those kind of series or magical series like that, and, you know, a little bit of romance in there. I mean, it's a one shot. I mean, it isn't going to do any harm to you and all that. It's just one chapter, and I feel like a lot of people might actually enjoy this. Definitely not going to be the most unique thing that you're ever going to see in the world, but I think you get a nice little smile, a little enjoyment out of it. Overall, I give this like little one shot. I give it a 7.5. I think it deserves its fair like 7.5. I think it was a very good chapter, and even if this was just like the first chapter of the manga, I think it'd be pretty good. Although it definitely felt like this was 2 chapters in a way. Like you can kind of tell, like once you've seen so many mangas, like, oh, the first chapter was him like taking down the goons, and then it'll be like, oh, this is how I met this wacky guy. And then like maybe that like second chapter be like original wish, or like just some other scumbag dealing with that shit. But like though, it's like, you know, especially like with the star powers and stuff, that he actually was able to do other stuff than just produce the gun and like amazing armor. Like maybe like there was other unique things, but that definitely shows like how would that be for like certain characters in the series. What would happen is, say like someone was forced to kill their own sister, like if they got reincarnated though. It was like the younger brother and he's like forced to kill his sister. That'd be interesting, or like could do some very interesting events with it. It just really depends. Like I don't know like about the manga, because also I haven't read Magico, and I haven't read any of the other previous series, so I am looking forward to it. I like from what I saw of Suzume, I did enjoy it and all that. But, like, you know, it's definitely showing off the legs and all that. They're like more on the edgy side and all that. And Yotaka, like he seemed pretty cool from what I saw of it. Anyway, know in the comment section down below, what did you think of this? Like, did you really enjoy this little one-shot Meteor Syndrome? Do you think I should talk about more one-shots when they come out? Honestly, it was pretty goddamn enjoyable, and I really hope it's like a series in the future. If not, I hope the Magico guy comes up with something like, you know, like, and actually gets into like magazine, because it'd be nice to like him get like another series. Hopefully this time they would actually last a little bit longer, and who knows, maybe an anime. I'll see you guys next time.